What is up, Pacer Nation? Welcome to the Pacers Pule Podcast, the heartbeat of Indiana basketball. And I finally get to talk about a win tonight, guys. We beat the Charlotte Hornets 114-112 in Charlotte. Rick Carlisle gets his 1,000th win in his career. Congrats to you, Rick. Well deserved. Even if I question what you do sometimes, can't be happy enough to have you as a coach of our team. And we finally break the losing streak. We will not be losing 14 in a row. We end it at 13, and let's hope we don't even get close to that to the rest of this season, guys. I mean, I get like we want to lose games, I guess, in terms of just enhancing our lottery odds, but we're already firmly there. I think it's okay to win some games every now and then. So just overall exciting game. If you guys got to see it, it was great. Back and forth game. We withstood like an amazing Lamelo Ball game where he had like over 30 points off the bench tonight, guys. It was unreal. And he had 33 points in 27 minutes. Even at one point, he had like 9 points in 20 minutes. Or, sorry, excuse me, backwards. 20 points in 9 minutes at one point in this game. It was just completely unreal. But Siakam, he carried the team. TJ McConnell, he carried the team. And just really put us on our backs. And to end this game, Siakam just with a clutch spin move and layup finish with the and-one. And then TJ gets a clutch steal on an out-of-bounds play. Yes, a TJ McConnell. He gets the steal, and it pretty much helps solidify the win. Shepard goes to the free throw line, hits 1 of 2, and then Charlotte comes down with 8 seconds left, and they fail to get a shot off. Or they get a shot off, but they fail to hit it. I think it was a Colin Sexton mid-range shot that he just shot short, and we got the rebound, won the game, guys. And just an exciting game if you got to see it. If not, you should go back and rewatch it if you have the time. But just what an awesome game. And it was the first game where I got to wear my new Pacers shirt. You guys are watching on YouTube right now, showing it. The new white Pacers, like new jersey scheme shirt, whatever you want to call it. I'm rocking the Tyrese Halliburton one. My wife got it for me for my birthday. First game I got to wear it for. And I'm probably going to have to wear this every game. Maybe not every game, so we still have high lottery odds, but I don't know. I want to say it's kind of a good luck charm right now. I mean, we're 1-0 since I've been wearing this shirt, and I'll take it. And we'll see how that holds up as I continue to wear it, I guess. But no, just super excited about this win, guys. And there's some other little subplots in this game that I'll get to, but you know how I do. I break this down quarter by quarter, the good and bad that I saw throughout this game. And there was a lot of good, not a few good like things where I was like, that's kind of interesting, things that I saw. But I will lead off by saying that Andrew Nembhard was out tonight. I don't know. I didn't hear the injury. I kind of started the game a little late in the first quarter, so I didn't get to hear what he was out with. But Nembhard did not play tonight, so Quentin Jackson got to start instead of Nembhard. So it was Quentin Jackson, Johnny Furphy, Nesmith, Siakam, and Huff in the starting five. And I've been loving seeing Furphy in the lineup still. He deserves it. And I'll get to this later, but he's been playing double the amount of minutes that Jarris has been playing. And I don't want to start this off like this because we've won this game, so I don't want to start off on a negative. But I've been saying to keep an eye out on that to see if Furphy continue to get more minutes than Jarris, because I thought that was going to be something that was probably going to happen. Just because we know how much Rick likes Furphy, and Furphy has been showing more and more each and every game. You could tell his confidence is getting higher and higher each and every game. So you see him building off these things each and every game, and he shows something a little new that you're like, oh, I didn't know Furphy could do that, or he had that in him. So it's been awesome to see, but that was the first thing. Nembhard was out, but early in this game, Johnny Furphy hits a 3, and I know Quinn and Kristen Airy have been like preaching that he's been working so hard on his 3-point shot, because he knows like that's going to be something that's going to keep him in games, because he can defend well. He's not perfect, but he moves his feet well. He rebounds. He's got a nose for the ball. He gets steals and he can take contact on defense too, which is nice. It's just he's showing a lot. He's showing a lot more, and he shows to be like a perfect fit in the system that we do play. And sorry, I'm going on a Furphy rant, but I've just been loving what I see from Furphy so far this year. But Furphy, early on, he was just being aggressive, and it was just something that was nice to see. He was driving to the hoop, just being aggressive on both ends of the floor. So that's something I really love to see from Furphy. And we were on a 7-0 run with like 8 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first quarter. So we were really getting after it early on. Siakam, he was just going off early. He had 8 points early on in the first quarter. And then Cam Jones came in early in this game. And that's something I kind of want to briefly touch on is I don't want to sound negative because this is like I'm trying to keep this just positive, but one thing I'm going to nitpick is I don't get why Cam Jones isn't playing more minutes. Like I get it, like he shouldn't be playing over some of these other guys for sure, but Rick like played Cam Jones for like 2 minutes in this game. He had 2 assists in this game. I don't know what he saw where he was like, I can't play this guy the rest of the game, but it just didn't make a ton of sense. And then he played Ethan Thompson over him the rest of this game. It's like, I'm sorry, but that makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm not saying Ethan's a bad player, but we know who's going to be a part of this future in the long term, and that's going to be Cam. We traded up to get him in the second round. We clearly saw something we wanted to like bring into our team. I mean, because we traded for the pick. So I don't get why, even if he thinks he's going to somehow cost us games, like Cam Jones playing 10 minutes, I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand that part at all where we should be evaluating these guys. That's what it should all be about. We're 7-31 now, excuse me. 7-31 now, but we were 6-31 at the start of this game. Play Cam Jones to see what you got. I don't think Ethan Thompson's going to push the envelope that much more to help us win games. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm going to stop on my rant there, but then when Cam Jones was in, he did find Micah Potter in the corner for a 3, which is nice. Then Siakam, he had a strong drive and finish for 2. Then Cam Jones, he had like a little drive at the free throw line, then kicked it back out to Siakam, who had a 3. And then Furphy, he gets the steal and hits Siakam for a fast break layup. That was something I thought was awesome to see. Like Furphy just getting the steal and able to make the pass out in transition to get a transition finish. And we know that's how we like to play. So it was just awesome to see that Furphy has that in his bag. And then Quentin Jackson, he found Micah Potter for a dunk inside. Then Walker, this was a pretty rough play by Walker. He tries to save the ball from going out of bounds. And if you played basketball, this is something you were taught very early on, that you never try to save the ball under your opponent's basket because it could go to the opponent that easily and they have an advantage of getting an easy shot and getting the points or the basket. Well, Walker failed to realize this and he tried saving it, threw it to a Hornets player. Somehow it ends up into Lamelo Ball's hand, who banks in a 3 to end the first quarter and gave Charlotte pretty good momentum from that play. I mean, I think they were only down 2. Yeah, they were down 3 actually after hitting that 3. So it was just a huge mistake on Walker's part, and it just really gave Charlotte a lot of momentum. So Walker continues to kind of do those things that are head scratcher plays, and I'll get into this later a little bit, but he didn't play very many minutes tonight. And you could see his minutes starting to dwindle more and more. And I guess rightfully so, but so at the end of the first quarter, we were up 33-30. We were shooting 50% from the field, 50% from 3. Charlotte was shooting 52% from the field, 44 from 3. So both teams were lights out. Assists, we had 8 assists, they had 7. Rebounds, we had 12, they had 7. We actually had 4 offensive rebounds, so they're 2. So we were actually winning the rebounding battle and offensive boards, which was really nice. We had 2 steals, they had 5. We had a block, they had 2 blocks, but then we had 6 turnovers, so they're 4. So this is where they were beating us here. They had 9 points off turnovers, they had 5. So that really helped them stay in this game. And then bench points, they had 16 to our 13. Points in the paint were somewhat even. They had 16, we had 12. And we usually get destroyed in that, so we were keeping it pretty even so far. But then the stat leaders, Siakam, he had 15 points in the first quarter. I mean, this dude, I swear if he doesn't get voted All-Star, I know we're 7-31, but man, I hope they do it out of respect for Siakam because he deserves it. This dude he was so sensational tonight, doing everything that he possibly could to win this game for us. 15 points, 4 rebounds in the first quarter. And Shepard had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and assists. Micah Potter, 5 points. Jarris, 2 points, 2 rebounds. McConnell, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. And then Cam Jones, 2 assists in 2 minutes. And then, Furphy had 5 points. Only other starter to score in the first quarter. So really our bench, Siakam and Furphy carrying us after the first quarter. So going into the second quarter, Ethan Thompson is in, and this is where I put question, why is he coming in over Cam Jones? Why is he playing over Cam Jones? Like I said earlier, we need to evaluate what we have in Cam Jones and what he can do out on the court. Because he hasn't shown to me personally, I guess. Maybe I'm not. I mean, I know Rick's obviously the coach, and he's been extremely successful, so he knows. But I don't get what he's seeing that Cam Jones is really hurting us that bad, where Ethan Thompson has to play over. But then right after I wrote that, Ethan Thompson drew a charge. So I was like, eat my own words there after I wrote that in my notes. But I was happy to see that. Like I said, I like Ethan Thompson. I don't want it to sound that way. It's just he should not be playing over Cam Jones. And then TJ, he hit a nice mid-range shot. Nesmith hit a 3. TJ had a drive inside for 2. And then TJ had a nice pass to Ethan who for 3, but misses. He misses it, but then he gets fouled on the rebound. And then Ethan Thompson has a turnover, steps out of bounds. So rough sequence from Ethan Thompson a little bit. And then Nesmith hit a 3. Quentin Jackson had a nice drive for 2. And then at this point, Lamelo Ball was just killing us. I think this is where I said earlier to start this pod where he had like 20 points in 9 minutes. He was just absolutely getting whatever he wanted. It was unreal. He was having a special game to begin this game. He cooled off in the fourth, was kind of starting to do some questionable plays for them too, and some very head-scratching plays. It's the good and bad you get with Lamelo. But he was killing us. And like I wrote here, he had 20 points in like 9 minutes off the bench. And then Siakam, he had a drive, and he throws a ball out of bounds for a turnover. But then I wrote again, why did Cam Jones only play 2 minutes in the first half when he came in early in the second quarter, and it seemed like he was going to be getting some minutes. But I'll leave it at that. And then Siakam, he had a drive and pass to TJ in the paint for 2. Siakam had a clutch 3. Then TJ, he gets a steal. He was just all over it with the steals tonight too. And TJ had a nice drive and pass to Bradley for 2. Then Ethan, he was just getting cooked by Lamelo. I mean, everybody was, but man, he was really getting cooked. And so we were up 2 at halftime, 58-60. And I also made a note of this too. Walker, he only played like 6 minutes that whole entire first half. I thought that was interesting. Just something I wanted to point out. But the team stats here, we were shooting 53% from the field at half and 54% from 3. So lights out, phenomenal. And then Charlotte, 49% from the field, 37% from 3. Each team had 14 assists. We had 21 rebounds. They had 16. We each had 4 offensive rebounds. We had 4 steals to their 7. One block to their 2. And then we had 13 turnovers to their 9. And they had 15 points off turnovers. We had 10. So that was still really helping them, keep them in the game. Bench points, they had 32. We had 29. So slightly beating us there because of Lamelo. Points in the paint was even at 26. And then Nesmith, he had 6 points, 5 rebounds at half. Quentin Jackson, 2 points, 3 assists. Furphy, 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. Siakam, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Jay Huff, goose eggs, besides 1 block, and he was really struggling until later on in this game. Plus shots in the end of this game. I love me some Jay Huff, don't get me wrong. He would be perfect as like a backup or like a rotation big, not a starter. Shepard, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Ethan Thompson, 3 points. TJ, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Micah Potter, 5 points. Bradley, 7 points, 1 rebound. Jarris, 2 points, 2 rebounds. And then Cam Jones with the 2 assists. So, all in all, Siakam really carrying us. It was really him and TJ that really carried the load this game. And then we got like some balanced scoring. Not really too many double-digit scorings from the other guys, but balanced scoring enough where it was enough to really give our offense enough juice to win this game, if I'm going to say that. So, going into the third quarter, Nesmith hit a nice mid-range shot, and Nesmith had a nice strong drive and finish. Then Quentin Jackson had a pass to Jay Huff inside for a dunk. Then Brandon Miller, he got ejected because earlier in this game, he elbowed McConnell on a drive in the face. So he got a technical there, and then he was mouthing off to the refs or something like that, and got a second technical and got kicked out of the game. So that was a pretty big win for us. Once I saw that, I'm like, all right, that's huge. He's obviously a top 2-3 player on their team. And them losing him, I think, really hurt, but not enough to where it cost them the game. I mean, they were still able to stay in it. And then Siakam, he had a drive and miss, but tipped in his own miss. He's been very good at that this year, following his own misses and just getting the offensive rebounds. He's been awesome at that this year. And then Siakam, he had 22 points, 10 rebounds at like the 8-minute mark in the third quarter. I mean, just absolutely doing everything, giving it his all. He's an all-NBA player. We know that. I know the record isn't going to allow him to be in that category or in the conversation, but he is. And then Quentin Jackson had an awesome block on Lamelo Ball at the rim, just out of nowhere. It was awesome. And then Furphy, he got air ball. Shepard airballed a three, and Furphy got the rebound. And Furphy was just fighting to finish at the glass, and he got fouled and got free throws, and he made them. And then Furphy, he gets his own rebound, pass to Shepard in transition for a two, which was awesome to see. That's something that really stood out to me, that he got like his own rebound, was able to push it in transition and get the pass out in transition to Shepard for a two. It was just a great sequence by Furphy and something we haven't seen too much of because he hasn't really had the confidence, I think, to do too much of that. But I think we're going to see that more and more in his game because he's going to get more and more confident. And I really liked what I saw out of that play. Then Melo was just still killing us in this game. But then TJ went on a run here. He hit a three, then he hits a mid-range shot, and then he hit another mid-range shot, like at the end of the shot clock. And then TJ, he had another mid-range shot, just carrying us, just going off in the third quarter here. And then we give up 3 offensive rebounds in a row at one point. And then it leads to a deep LaMelo three, and the Hornets are only down 3 at that point. And that was the end of the third quarter. So kind of a rough sequence there to end the third quarter and gives Charlotte just enough momentum to keep themselves in this game because they were only down 87-90 at the end of the third quarter. We were at 3. We were shooting 51% from the field after the end of the third, 42% from 3. They were shooting 46% from the field, 35 from 3. And the assists, we had 20, they had 24. Rebounds, we were winning, we had 33, they had 27. But then offensive rebounds got pretty even in this after this quarter. It was 8-7. We had 8, they had 7. Steals, we had 7, they had 8, so we were kind of forcing more turnovers. Blocks, we had 4, they had 3. We had 17 turnovers, they had 14. But points off turnovers got to be pretty even after this point, though, because they had 18 points off turnovers, we had 16. Bench points were pretty even. We had 42, they had 45, which is kind of crazy because LaMelo was just going nuclear. And the fact that we were even on that was pretty crazy. And then the points in the paint, we had 42, they had 38. So we're actually winning in that front too. So a lot of the good things that you want to see, we were actually winning in the categories we normally don't, which is points in the paint, offensive rebounds, kind of points off turnovers a lot too, was pretty even at least, but just stuff that we don't usually win, we were actually winning. And then Nesmith, he had 13 points, 5 rebounds. Quentin Jackson, 4 points, 5 assists. Furphy, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. Siakam, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. Jay Huff, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 blocks. Shepard, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. McConnell, like I said, he went nuclear almost in the third quarter. He was going off. And at this point, he had 19 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Tony Bradley, 7 points, 3 rebounds. He played a lot this game, too, because it was his birthday, I think. And the fact that we released him just so we didn't have to guarantee his contract, then we just brought him back in on a 10-day, kind of confusing to me. I think it was just for the rest of this year, I guess. They just wanted to save that money, but it didn't make sense, but whatever. And then Micah Potter had 5 points still, Ethan Thompson 3, and then the 2 assists from Cam. So going into the fourth quarter got very interesting. Bridges, he hit a 3 to tie the game early on in the fourth quarter. So it was tied early on. In the offense, we were just looking awful early on. Walker, he got yanked out pretty early in the fourth. He actually started going into the fourth quarter, but I don't know if Rick just didn't like what he saw, but he got yanked pretty early and Furphy got put in, which, like I said earlier, pretty telling that he's preferring Furphy already over Walker. So continue to pay a close attention to that, especially before the trade deadline. I do think Walker's a trade candidate, as I've pretty much made pretty known that I wouldn't mind if you guys have watched my trade podcast already, the ones of us trying to get a center. And then the Hornets, now, they take the lead. They go up 2 at one point in this quarter. And there was like 10 minutes and 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they have a 2-point lead. But then Siakam hit a 3. Then the Hornets hit a 3 to go up 4 at this point. And then Huff, he hit a 3. And then it was nice to see Huff get some shots down in the fourth. He really came up big when it mattered. And then TJ, he hit a mid-range shot to go up 1. But then TJ, he had a pass to Nesmith for a corner 3 to go up 4 with like 7 minutes and 35 seconds left in the game. So it was very back and forth here in this fourth quarter. Very good fourth quarter. Very competitive fourth quarter. It was awesome to watch. But then we give up an offensive rebound to Bridges, who gets fouled for 2 free throws. But then Huff hit another 3. And then the Hornets hit a three to tie the game at 104-104. So, like I said, back and forth fourth quarter. And then Huff, he gets a dunk inside. Siakam got a spin on Concanipple and gets the and one finish. Then Siakam got an offensive foul, gets a turnover. So kind of a costly turnover there at one point at the end of this fourth quarter, towards the end. Then Nesmith hit a three with like 0.3 seconds left on the shot clock. But it shouldn't have counted, but they didn't. They counted it at first, but then the refs went back and reviewed it, and they took the shot away because he didn't get it off in time. And so at that point, we were down three. Khan, he got fouled on a three-point attempt after that and got three free throws to go up two. So he hit them all. They go up two after that. So really weird sequence there where we thought we were up, but then Nesmith's three-point shot got recalled because he didn't get it off in time. But then the next play, we gave up a three to Concanipple, but he got fouled, and he got him put up two at that point. But then the Pacers, we were down three with like a minute 25 left. And then TJ, he hit the mid-range shot to go down one. And then Siakam made a drive and scores for two to go up one. Then TJ gets the steal out of bounds, passes the ball to, I think it was Shepard who gets fouled. No, it was to Nesmith. I'm sorry. He gets the steal. I'm trying to read my notes, and I'm frantic still because I'm so excited about this win. But TJ, he got the out of bounds steal, which is super clutch, and he passed it to Nesmith, who got some free throws. But there was kind of some controversy in this game because apparently the coach for the Hornets, I'm spacing on his name right now, but he was trying to yell timeout before they even threw the out of bounds pass, the one that TJ stole. So I guess even I had to watch it on the Hornets announcers because it was the local team thing. But essentially, they were arguing that Charles Lee, I remembered his name. Charles Lee called the timeout before the pass of the out-of-bounds play, but apparently the refs didn't see it, and TJ gets a steal. So we had some things go our way, too. But clutch steal by TJ. I mean, we see TJ doing this all the time. I mean, it's so special that he does this, and it's such an underrated thing in the NBA, in my opinion. It's never talked about, but he got the out-of-bounds steal on this. Really helped seal the win. So Shepard, he got fouled and hits one of two free throws to go up two with like 8 seconds left. And then after that, Charlotte, they get a shot attempt. Like I said earlier, Colin Sexton gets a shot attempt at like a 2-point mid-range shot. Misses it. We get the rebound and win the game. And man, guys, I'm telling you, it is so awesome to talk about a win. And I don't have to be so negative. I knew I threw some things in there here and there that I thought were questionable. But all in all, so awesome to finally win a game, guys. Rick gets his 1,000th win. So very happy for him and just happy that we broke the losing streak at 13 games. But to end this game, we shot 50% from the field, 44% from three. Hornets shot 45% from the field, 36% from three. And we had 25 assists. They had 29. We won the rebounding battle. We had 41. They had 35. We won the offensive rebounds too. We had 10. They had 8. And steals, we actually ended up beating them on steals. We had 9. They had 8. Blocks, we had 6. They had 3. Turnovers, we had 20. They had 17. But we had 22 points off turnovers, and they had 23. So we kept it even. So that really helped us. Bench points were dead even almost, 47-48. Points in the paint. We win the points in the paint, guys, 52-42. And I guess that's just how you end up winning the game. I mean, the clutch steal from TJ McConnell at the end there. Pascal's strong drive and finish to put us up one even. So like I said earlier, it was Pascal and really TJ that really sealed this win for us, guys. The vets putting us on their backs, essentially, and we're like, hey, we're not going into this game losing our 14th game in a row. Because Charlotte, kudos to them. They made it one heck of a comeback to even make this a game. And, I mean, I'll give all the credit to Lamelo Ball, too. He went off the bench. Concanipple, he's special. Diabate does his thing. I mean, they got a good young core, so I want to give them a shout-out because they're going to be going places as long as they keep this core together and really develop their guys. And they're going to have another lottery pick, which will really help boost their team. But at the end of this game, Nesmith had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. Quentin Jackson, 4 points, 5 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Furphy, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Siakam, all-NBA performance, 30 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists. Just absolutely amazing. And then Jay Huff really went off in the fourth quarter. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 blocks. Clutch shots from Jay Huff. Just was so happy to see it. And I think they even said during the game that his dad was in the game, at the game for in the attendance. And I guess the Pacers do that where they try to bring all the dads to a game each year. So that's pretty cool. Just another little caveat that the Pacers do that's just a world-class organization. But then TJ McConnell, easily the best game of the year by far for him. 23 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals. And I've been singing TJ's praises like this whole year. And I always say, like, even when Nembhard's struggling or having an off game, TJ always helps offset that because he's always a steady contributor. I mean, there's a few games where he's off, but you gotta love TJ, man. What he brings to this team, he just personifies what Pacer basketball is about. Just so happy to have him on this team. And then Ben Shepherd, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Tony Bradley, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Walker, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Micah Potter, 5 points. Ethan Thompson, 3. And then Cam Jones, 2 assists. And then let me go over the plus-minus ones, too. So Nesmith led the team. He was a plus 17. So he had a great game, too. Pretty awesome, impactful game. Quentin Jackson, -6. Furphy, +5. Siakam, +7. Jay Huff, +13. So awesome to see him bounce back. And then TJ McConnell, +10. Shepherd, -16. Tony Bradley, +7. Walker, -7. Micah Potter, -16. Thompson, -2. Jones, -2. So that was a game, guys. I mean, crazy game. And like I said, the ending was super crazy, too, just with that Nesmith hitting the shot with like 0.3 seconds left on the shot clock, getting overturned. Honkanipple gets fouled on the 3-point line, makes all 3. And then Siakam comes down, drives in, hits a layup to put us up 1. And then TJ that was like to get us within 1. Excuse me, I'm getting so sidetracked. It was a bunch of crazy sequences. TJ gets the out-of-bounds steal, super clutch steal. And then we get fouled, hit 1 free throw to go up 1. And that was pretty much the game, guys. It was just crazy sequence. You'll have to go back and watch the ending. It was definitely worth it. But like I said, just overall, Siakam, great performance. TJ McConnell, amazing performance. A lot of guys just kind of stepped up and played their role, too. Nesmith had an amazing game. Furphy continues to show improvement. Played 26 minutes tonight, too. Played a lot of minutes. I think he was like fourth. So he was tied for like 5th on the team in minutes. So he was right behind Shepherd at 27. So he was in the top 5 in minutes, which is awesome to see. And I want to continue to see that the rest of the year, hopefully. Maybe not that many minutes once Matherin comes back and he's healthy, but I hope he continues to play more. And like I said, guys, he's going to play more than Walker because Walker, 13 minutes in this game. You could tell it's just like the writing is kind of getting on the wall for Jarris. I'm probably not alone in that thinking. It's just the guy just makes too many mistakes and he does too many boneheaded things. I don't want to be too harsh on him because I'm sure he's a great individual and a great human being. It's just basketball-wise, it's not working out here. And I think if you can capitalize, trade him if you can for a starting center and some other assets, of course. I think that's what's going to happen at the deadline, guys. But all in all, just was really proud of the guys, proud of them fighting hard to get Rick his 1,000th win and to end this losing streak. And it's just great. I was kind of iffy on if we would win this game because Charlotte had been playing pretty good lately. They just beat the Thunder by like 30 not too long ago, like within the past week. So I was like, man, this could be another tough game. And it was, but we ended up squeaking out the win. And like I said, I would continue to watch the Furphy and Walker dynamic. I'm not trying to put those two against each other, but they essentially play the same position. And Furphy's been playing a lot better than Walker, even though Walker's been shooting really well lately. I'll give him credit for that for sure, but pretty much every aspect of the game, Furphy's got him beat. And I really like what I see from Furphy. I love his development so far, and I want to see more of it. And I really want to see more Cam Jones. Like, Rick, please, can we not play Ethan Thompson over Cam Jones? Even if it's only 8 minutes for Ethan Thompson, it's like those minutes should be going to Cam Jones. And maybe spare him like 10 minutes at least in a game, especially with Matherin out. And we have the rotation available. Nembhard being out too. I just thought for sure he was going to get that opportunity, and he got pulled in the first, and that was it. He didn't play the rest of the game, guys. I don't know. But all in all, just a great win to celebrate, guys. And I forget who we play next. Let me look it up. So I know that was going to be one of our easiest games. So Saturday, we play the Miami Heat again. So going to be a tough game. Then Monday, we play Boston Celtics, which they're top 3 in the East right now. And then we play the Raptors again next Wednesday. Going to be a rough stretch the next 3 games, guys. So maybe we could build off this momentum and hopefully put on a winning streak here or something. But I'm not seeing a win for the next 3 games, probably at least, if I'm being honest, guys. So let's at least soak in this win, ride this high. I mean, being 7-31 now, still the worst team in the NBA, even after this win, but at least it was like a positive, something positive to be encouraged about, I guess. So let's hope we can at least keep this momentum going, guys. And so today's Thursday, so I'm gonna try to put out another podcast tomorrow, do another like fun episode in between the Heat game on Saturday. And so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't looked at it yet, I did another trade episode talking about the latest trade rumors about what centers might be available. There's been a list kind of put out there, so check out that if you're interested. And just that podcast, I really highlight which guys that were really narrowed down on that list that could be gettable. It seemed like to me that's what I read, is they were the most gettable, and that I break down their games, how they could fit with our team, and really help our team moving forward, and what would make sense. And just go check that out. Very fun episode, but I'm going to do another one tomorrow. I'm not sure what about yet, but definitely be on the lookout for that. And I really appreciate you guys listening, Pacer Nation. I would always appreciate a like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and just always love your guys' comments. I'd love to talk Pacer basketball with you guys. And then on the listening platforms, if you could please listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify too, really appreciate it. And I would really appreciate 5 stars reviews on those platforms as well. Means a lot. It helps me be able to grow this podcast, because I'm a fan podcast, guys. I'm just a diehard fan like y'all. Probably just as much as you guys are probably just as much as fans as me, of course. And I'm just trying to bring a fan perspective to the Pacer Nation, and I hope you guys really enjoy it too. But I'll be back with you guys tomorrow, and I will talk to you soon, Pacer.